welcome to my YouTube channel, right? There's no airs and graces, there's no filter, there's just me on a longer video, right? So I obviously already have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, so I started uploading shorts on here and now it is time to start doing the bigger videos. It's a different audience, we'll see what we're looking for, what do we enjoy. Things that I'm thinking about is like a wee 10 minutes on the drive home for every wedding, a wee recap of the day, behind the scenes at a wedding, that sort of stuff. But the most requested so far has been what's inside my photography bag, so we're going to get into that, okay? So let's start with the start, eh? We'll start with the batteries, because we can't do it without batteries, can we? Wait there. So I have my batteries for my cameras, right? And Kevin, my second shooter, kindly made these with a plastic maker thing. I don't really know what that's called, but it's right handy because obviously you can store your batteries in it. I name all mine because I need to know what's getting overcharged. I always use Sony batteries. Third party batteries are bad news. Avoid. We have got my 360, my Insta360 right? I got this because I felt like it was time to up the content, right? If I start seeing too many people doing the same things, I branch out. I'm like, I've got to be that little bit different, right? So I always use which I'm filming on the now as my Osmo Pocket to film any sort of content at weddings. Before that was my phone, and then it went to the Osmo Pocket, and now so many people are doing content that I felt like this was going to just show that wee bit more, really. It was going to show how I interact with the couples, how video works, how it looks when you've got photographer, videographer and content creator all in the one like day. How does that look? I can show you by using this, right? The things that it's recorded is second to none. I absolutely love the thing, right? So it has got a wee bit of weight in it for the Sapir camera, but I use the small rig. I don't even know what you would call this, but I'll need to work out a way of figuring out what it's called. I'll get like a wee link or something. I don't really know what I'm doing, right? I was planning on trying to have it already, but I've not did it yet. But anyway, this is the one that I use. I'll show you it up close. So that's it there. Oh, it's unplugging. The wee small rig one. That goes straight on top of my camera. I'm sure there's loads of other gadgets. That just seems to be the one that works for me. Although, wait, I'll show you another one that I actually use for the Osmo Pocket quite a lot, is this. So this plate will go underneath my camera, and then that'll go on that, and I can place it like whatever way I want. And then it's in front, but the 360 is much better at the top, and my 360 is much better on top of the camera because of where it captures just that wee bit further afield. So it is. Now, I've not got a clue how I'm editing. I don't plan to edit. I'm not an editor. I'm not a photo editor. No, that's a lie. I'm not a video editor. But I'm giving this. I'm just going raw, real. If you don't like it, cool. Whatever, right? Thanks. I'm starting with the pure rotten stuff first, aren't I? But do you know what? I'd rather get the wee things out the road. So, I've got a power bank with all the cables that we need. I've got loads of power banks because quite a lot of venues won't allow you to use their sockets and stuff just because of obviously patch testing or whatever. I don't really know. I'm not in with that kind of stuff, right? So we'll go down with, I use A74s, right? So I own 3 A74 bodies. These wee bad boys, right? I love them. Every single one of them has the small rig cage on it as well, which saved me because I actually fell off a moving vehicle at a wedding last year and nothing happened to my cameras, thankfully. So 3 A74s is what I used. Out within that, I use lenses, obviously, right? So the first lens that I use, which is an amazing lens and probably 110% up there with my top of the top, like can't go a day without using it, is my 50 G Master Lens 1.2. That's it there. This is insane. It is just beautiful, and I've actually got the new zoom lens, and everybody's like, see the zoom lens, like loads of photographers are using that for a full day now, and they can do a full day, and I say I can see why. 110% can see why you could use that lens for the full day. I get it, but I can't see by this. I can't see by what this produces. Like the 51.2 is just incredible, like absolutely amazing. It just primes just give a certain look, simple as that. So we'll go on to the next, which is another A7 IV, again with a small rig on here, the cage. I also use the small rig hand thing, and I use that on everybody as well, because it's just great. Like if you've let it go, it's obviously on my harness, right, but if I've let it go and I'm dropping it, I like to make sure that I'm doing it well. Also, this helps if I'm on, like maybe just going somewhere and right, I don't need my harness, I will just take a body and then I'm secure here. So this lens is the 28-70. This is the new Sony G Master lens. Don't know if you can see. This is the first zoom lens I have ever bought. The first ever, right? And I love it. I absolutely love it, although what I'm forgetting is I'm still zooming with my feet, and I'm like, oh hi, I can actually zoom, and I'm moving about trying to do it, so it's taking me a wee while to get used to having a zoom lens. But yes, it's incredible. Yes, you could shoot on this for a full day's wedding. You could, absolutely, no doubt about it. I just love my 50. I just love it. It's got a wee piece of my heart. It's got a wee piece of my heart, right? And now we're on to, I call this my speeches lens, because I love it for speeches. And again, I could use the zoom lens for speeches as well. This just gives a look that is, that I can't see by, basically, right? So an A7 IV, again, the small rig cage on it, and the small rig side on it. This is the Samyang 135 1.8, right? This has been the cheapest lens that I've bought ever. Anybody that's with me at weddings, photos, video, whatever, second shooters, they've all had a shot at it when they've been working with me, and they are amazed. They're like, that is insane, that lens is beautiful, it is just stunning, right? Where I see it works best is at speeches. Getting the reactions from one side of the room where that person's not got a clue that you're on them is just magic, right? I love it. I can't see by it, so again, I bring it out and I use it in my speeches. I will use it at church and chapels though as well, because obviously you need to be really far back. So this is like a good church and chapel lens, wedding lens for photographers that are needing to stay back. Okie dokie. So we've got our 3 cameras, we've got our 3 A7 IVs, we've got our lenses, right? Another lens that I have is also the 1.4, don't know if you can see it, 35 G Master lens. Love this. This is what was on the body of the 28-70 before the 28-70 went on it. So this has not been back on, right? I'm going to show you another lens if you give me a minute. It's just quite heavy. Cut. Start again. Right. This isn't always in my bag, right? Although my plan is to have it in my bag from now on, or have it in my second bag from now on, right, and not have it in the house, right? I underestimated this lens. The weight in it is unbearable, to be honest with you, right? I had it on at a wedding one day on my harness and I couldn't move the next day. I could not move. What it gives you is absolutely amazing, but you need to pick the timing of the day when you use it. You need to pick wisely, because you're going to use it for a small window due to the weight in it, right? I got a monopod in that for it, but I think monopods are much better for video. They don't really work well with photos for me, really. And you'll just be like, hurry up and just go and wait and tell me what it is. It is the Sigma 105 1.4 lens. There, it's there. So it is very heavy. So it goes on this. So see, when I'm shooting with it, instead of the weight being on the camera on my monopod, I'll put it on my lens. I'll be holding this quite a lot so that the weight's not too much, but it is a beast, by the way. I could be getting workouts done with this, honestly. The images that it gives is second to none. So I'll never give it up. I'll no use it for any length of time, but what it will get out there is something incredible. But yes, the weight is a lot. The weight is a lot. It's not something you can just kick about with on all day, but the images are incredible, right? Our Godox flash, our V1 flash, right? I'm massive on natural light photography. That is where I specialise in it, right? I love it, I love it, I love it. But the flash is needed now and again for trends, nighttime, certain environments, okay? When I first got this, it was misfiring quite a lot, and it was really, really annoying me, because I was like, right, this isn't a cheap lens, so why is it doing this? Turned out this wee part here, you can buy a new one of it if anybody suffers these problems. And this just wasn't connecting to the base, and it was like, it wasn't coming off, it was secure, but it was like, this bit was faulty, and it wasn't reading it always, so sometimes the flash was missing. We've not got time to miss things at weddings, so we got that sorted, and so far so good. It has worked really, really well since then. The battery could be better, I'll say that. The battery could be better. My extra wee Osmo, oh, I don't know if it's going to zoom in or whatever. My extra wee Osmo Pocket battery. This can charge your Osmo basically up to 100 when it's on its arse. These are SD cards that, if all else fails and somebody's came to a wedding and they forgot their SD cards, or something's happening with an SD card on the day and I'm like, oh, I'm not keen on that, I don't know what's happening with that, I've got wee backup ones in here that I'm like, right, these will be fine. So I keep these in here. So this is always filled to the brim in case anybody's forgot one a rating's going on. And this as well is always filled to the brim. And underneath these is all the minis. I use Lexar and ProGrade, right? So they're 64s, which is not something I shoot on because I shoot too much. So I shoot on, oh, that's my empty one right there. So I shoot on, where are they? Here or there. I'll try and get it to you see. I shoot in 256s. And 128s, nothing really below that. They are all filled with ProGrade and Lexa, what's it called? SD cards, right? It matters what SD cards you use. It matters. It matters, it matters, it matters. Don't care if it says it matters, right? The speed, all that sort of stuff. I've dealt with shite SD cards before. They do not cut mustard, so we just bin them and we move on, because people are paying for a service that is going to be an insurance in a way. Like, that is your insurance, what they shoot on, what they save things on, all that sort of stuff, right? So memory card wise, not memory card wise, sorry, hard drives. We use, well, that's a bit dusty, I'll let you sort that out. These do gather a lot of dust, and it drives me a bit mad, right? But we'll see if we can get it clean-ish. We use the 4TB T7, see they go really, really dusty, T7 shields, right? They're not cheap, but they're good. They're good. They're reliable. So we make sure that we've got plenty of them. And when I do a wedding, you get saved onto 2 of these, and then you get put in a book, because we like to write things down and see what we're on, right? When uploading my SD cards after a wedding, I use this in this it'll take 2 SD cards in there, and it uploads them much quicker, which is great. So that is the sort of equipment that I use. Out within camera equipment, let's see what else. We have got Cocodamol. Because who doesn't need Cocodamol? Fancy wee scissors. Because I will tell you something, you have underestimated how much you need scissors on a wedding day. We've got pins, paracetamol, ibuprofen, the hooks, but the hooks you can use Kirby's to do that if you're struggling. We have, let's see what we've got in here. Pure random, right? But this here, you'll be like, what is this, right? I got this for, it was like covering food, but what I worked out was really good is, see if you're like being somewhere and it's really muddy, like you can fling it over your shoe to make sure that you're not taking it into the venue or whatever, because obviously the dress is walking over the venue floor. So I've got these just in case all else fails. I also have these, and I will show you it just now. This is the fans, because nobody wants to be taken on when they're at a wedding, right? So these are great for anybody. I keep them mainly for guests, but obviously I get a lot as well. So, but space wise, they are incredible. So I'll often offer them to guests and stuff to make sure that they're cool enough, because honestly you just don't know when it's going to be lovely and when no. Right, so there's not much else in that wee bit. We've got the, I've did the plate thing that I use for my, to add on my extras that I'm recording with. I feel like I've hardly eaten. I've also got a DJI drone, can't remember what one it is, I think it's the Mini 3. That's not here right now, that is out there. And I use this harness. I actually got one, I don't know if anybody's seen me posting it on TikTok, but I got one with my logo on it. What a shite. Terrible. It just doesn't take the weight of the camera as well, doesn't sit well. Like, I go to a fancy thinking I was pure cool, and it really came back to bite me in the arse and tell me that I am actually not a cool person. I just need to stick to brands that do it for cameras, because they know what they're doing. So that's everything that is in my bag. And also, obviously, these cheeky mics with the fluff on it, because that's attached to the Osmo Pocket while I'm recording this. So that's what's in my bag. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, I don't know how YouTube works, but do your thing. Link it, subscribe. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I hope you hang about for more. Bye.